I started swimming when I was around like 6 or 7 years old. My mom threw me in the pool at the Y and I got to the other end, so I signed up for swim. I swam high school all 4 years. Won conference, I won sectionals, and then I got 8th at state. And I was named an All-American in the 500 free, which was kind of cool. I had my first surgery on my foot in 2019. Once my feet were finished growing, I knew I had to have surgery because my right foot was just really weird. My toe was like going underneath my other toes. I had an extra bone on like the inside of my foot. That one was a lot easier than my second surgery. The day before COVID happened, I tore my ACL. I didn't know that at the time though. I was at a family friend's birthday party and I was on a jump park. The best way I can describe it is I feel like my knee popped out of place. I thought my kneecap was just out and then you straightened your leg and it kind of clicked and popped back in. And so that was the first pain that I felt. And so went home, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to the doctor tomorrow, let's just see what it is. And then COVID shut everything down that next day.
It was expected and now it's official. The governor extending the stay-at-home order until May 30th.
Once things opened back up, I went to PT for it. And because it was so long after, there was some buildup and you couldn't really tell that it was an ACL tear. They thought it was my kneecap being unstable. And I had a few issues every once in a while, but I could swim, so I wasn't overly concerned about it. Swam through COVID with it, got recruited with my ACL being torn all throughout high school. And then the day after high school graduation, so May of 2022, I was hanging out with some friends and I re-hurt my knee. It was the same pain of it popped out and then I had to straighten it and pop back in. And that has happened a few times before, but this time the pain was different. And I had a friend who was an orthopedic surgeon, and so I called him. And he came over and he did one simple test on my knee and he was like, yeah, you tore your ACL. The first person I called when I found out, got the results of the MRI was my club coach. At that point in time, I was still debating if I was gonna get the surgery or not. I was like, okay, I've kind of done well without it so far. But he had told me that there's a life after swimming. When he said that, it made me put things in perspective. Yeah, this sucks for swimming, but don't want to have issues with my knee down the line. I next called my Ball State coach, Jay. I said to him, I have some news. I tore my ACL. I haven't decided when I'm getting the surgery yet. Kind of wanted to talk to you a bit about that. The timeline would be me coming back 6 months in June, which is whatever, and it'd be in the middle of the season. But I swam on it for so long that I was kind of asking him if it would be okay if I waited until after season to get the surgery. The family friend was an orthopedic surgeon that initially said that my ACL was torn. He said that he wasn't gonna do the surgery, and so he recommended someone. We kind of talked through the whole process and all that stuff, and he was like, okay, well, when do you want to do the surgery? And I said, oh, in a few months, and that kind of surprised them that I wanted to wait that long. Looking back, I was obviously there was something wrong with my knee, but I was swimming and I was getting better, and honestly, if I feel I would have known that I was a torn ACL, then I would have done the surgery then, and maybe I wouldn't be where I am. I'm happy that I waited. It was a lot of fun. I was able to bond with the team. And just some of the memories that I have from swim wouldn't have happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first place finisher representing Ball State freshman Callie.
This was kind of like the second surgery that I've gone through, so I was a bit more, okay, like I know that I have to like get the IV and a bunch of stuff, but I had the surgery.
Post ACL, a lot of pain, but it's okay. Doing a nerve block, thank the Lord.
We had to like go to my mom's car. They had to like get me up and moving, which is just so much fun. Like you just like don't want to get up and they're making you.
Don't tear your ACL. Shit sucks.
I was not on weight bearing for at least a week, and then they kind of want to get you walking right away after that, and you kind of just continue to build up from there.
100 out of 100, don't recommend. It hurts so bad.
I kind of debated being done with swimming. At one point, I was like, I ended off on a good note.
So I'm like a week post-op, and this is how much I can bend my knee.
Once you're a certain point out from not like doing your sport anymore, you're like, yeah, I miss it. But then at a certain point, you kind of be content with, you know, I've accomplished a lot, like I could be done.
A big part of rehab for a lot of these athletes is the mental side as well as the physical side. So you see a lot of these athletes physically ready to come back, but the mental part's kind of hard.
That fear of, I know that my knee's like able to do this, but it's like the fear of, okay, well, what if it happens again? Kind of keeping on building off of that. Like, do I want to do this? And ultimately I was like, yeah, I do.
Callie had such a good attitude. Not just as an athlete, but as a person. She's hardworking, determined, she has that end goal in mind, and she's not gonna stop until she gets it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. So at the beginning of the year, me and Jay had a meeting, and we kind of were talking about our expectations for this season and kind of what my main goal and like our main goal was, kind of just getting me back to where I was last season.
Day 4 of the MAC Women's Swimming and Diving Championships from Ohio University. Buckle up, here we go, as we get set to crown a champion in 2024.
It wasn't even a year, and it was kind of a reminder of, okay, it's only been a year. You know, a lot of people, this surgery said they would take up to a year for like recovery.
Leading off the night is the 1650 freestyle, AKA the mile. The 1650 freestyle is underway.
I've kind of always approached the mile as getting out in front.
She was out fast. She was aggressive. I'm like, can she hold on to this pace?
But it's Callie Tuma in lane 8, Ball State. The biggest surprise, she has the lead at the moment.
You're kind of in a groove and you're kind of holding a pace the entire time that I don't really try to change up that often. But the last 25 is kind of where it's like an all-out sprint. You kind of just like give it all you got and you lay it all on the table.
The final 25 yards of the 1650 freestyle.
What a finish by Callie Tuma right here, giving it all she's got, and she is going to take this home.
Callie Tuma, Ball State, captures gold.
And then I won the race by 0.11. And I didn't know that I won. Like, I had no clue at this point. And I looked up at one of my teammates, Haley, and I was like, wait, did I win? And she was like, yeah, girl, you won.
Ball State's first gold medal this week. Callie Tuma for the Cardinals.
Walking out was kind of like, dang, this is kind of crazy. And then my coach got to present me with the medal, which was kind of cool also. And just kind of feeling just happy. Like, I got to see my parents in the stands. I don't think I really realized how big of a deal it was until I talked to my dad afterwards. My dad was kind of like, you've accomplished so much in like this past year.
I'm stronger, I can brave the water, I'm alive, I'm alive. When the walls tumble down, I'll keep my head high. When I fall to the ground, I will reach for the sky. I'll rise up, I'll stand tall, break the calm, bring the storm.
What she was doing was amazing because of the situation she was in.
She'd been through so much coming back from her ACL surgery. She'd been incremental in her process. She had a lot of rough days.
She deserved that moment, and when her heart's in it, she's tough to beat.
She's got something special. She has an engine that few people can kind of match.
A lot of people would sit and make excuses, and Callie took it and was like, nope, I can do everything everyone else can do, and she went in that pool and proved it.
I'm alive. When the walls tumble down, I will keep my head high. When I fall to the ground.
Kind of learn a lot about yourself. I think that like one phrase you have to kind of like describe is kind of letting everything roll off your back and kind of not taking everything too seriously. You're gonna get through it. It's gonna be what it is. You're just like only controlling the things that you can control. And I'm not the best at that still, but you just gotta just keep swimming.